Digital does not have to be scary. I want to explain to you exactly what I mean by that. I am going to assume that if you're watching this, you're some sort of creative or you have the desire to be creative. Now, this makes no difference whether you are trying to do a comic book or you're trying to do a manga or you want to get into animation or maybe you do scrapbooks or some things of that nature and you want to go digital. This is going to maybe demystify. That is my goal in this video, is to demystify, and with all these videos, things that are digital. Because as of this recording, and I've probably said this more than once and ad nauseum, I am 44 years old. I am Gen X. I am old school. So I remember when the internet was just something that we thought was just a trend or a fad. Oh, no one's going to do anything online. This internet thing, whatever, that's for nerds. Tee hee hee. Well, anyway, boy, were we wrong. Some of you got it. I didn't. So then, as an artist, and I wasn't always an artist, because guess what, guys? Sometimes life gets in the way. Things happen. You got responsibility. You got family you got to take care of. Things happen. Things are probably even happening to you now. And you don't have time just to sit around and maybe take some sort of course all at once. And I understand that. And I appreciate your time right now. I want you to know that. Let me go ahead and explain to you that you don't have to be intimidated by any of this stuff. So if you're going to draw or you're going to create, you need a space. What you are looking at right now, as I am zoomed out, I am in a program called Autodesk Sketchbook Pro. This is my desk. Right here, this is my desk. All around here where you see gray, that is my desk. These little file, the little bar up at the top, this is going to be my big drawer. This is my big file cabinet. And underneath here is my toolbar. I can even move my toolbar around. This is where I'm going to find all of my art supplies. Does that make sense so far? And the setup of things may look a little bit differently. Now, in order for you to draw, you obviously need a piece of paper. I'm going to go ahead and make this a little bit bigger and cartoonier so we can have a little bit of fun here. So this is your piece of paper. And it is sitting on your desk or your drafting table or what have you. So this is your paper. You know you're going to need some art supplies. And so you're going to need some sort of pencil, right? It's a huge pencil. I realize that. Don't judge me. It's my huge pencil. You're going to need a pencil or a pen or a marker so that you can make marks on the page. Yes, I know you understand that. That's fine. So maybe you would like a big old fancy set of Copic markers, or Copic markers, as you know, some people say, and so they are Copic markers. But you realize that Copic, my handwriting is awesome. Copic is, well, they're expensive. Here in the United States, they are, they range anywhere. If you can get them on sale, one marker is $3. An entire set of Copic, or they're usually about $5 or $6. Usually, if you're in Canada, they're probably $6. So these are pretty expensive markers. You would also like to get some paints. Maybe you want some oil. These are your oil paints right here. I know I could have done a much better job. I apologize. And maybe you want a set of acrylics. Maybe you want some fancy stuff like some rulers. And maybe you want one of those French curves. That is the worst French curve ever. It's horrible. Don't look directly at it. You might go blind. Maybe you want some other things, all these art supplies that you used to buy when you were being creative and you were like, yes, I'm going to buy this stuff and I'm going to conquer the art world. And you're going to need brushes, and brushes are super duper expensive. This is the brush. This is also the big paintbrush. I know, I'm not really proving to you that I can draw, But I promise you I can. It's not about this drawing. So what you are looking at right now, but all this stuff is expensive. But guess what? You want a set of Copic markers within this magical program, you get an entire set of Copic markers. Look at that. You get every single color. Craziness. I know. Not only that, it's not just the Copic colors that you get, but you can get an entire set of Copic brushes as soon as I could find them. They're down here somewhere, I promise you. They're here. Look at this, an entire set of Copic markers, and you have every single color at your disposal. Plus, we got all these fancy brushes right here, more brushes than I'm going to use at one time, more brushes than you're going to use at one time. We got brushes that behave like oil paints. We have brushes that behave like watercolor. We have brushes that behave like acrylics. We even got ourselves some fancy French curves here. I know you just saw me do that, and look at that. Got fancy French curves. We could change them. We could do a lot of stuff with digital. So the first thing about digital is that in order to make digital art, you need some sort of digital software. So if I can back up a little bit here. What you are seeing is the table. That's the gray part. That's all the way around here. That's the gray part. This is a little gray area that you're looking at right on your screen. And each one of these little drawers is representative of something. Those are my Copic markers. These are my brushes. The paints, they behave a certain way. Up here, I can have access to all of these really cool tools. And you can have access to that too. Digital is not difficult. In order for you to get the pencil here, you're going to need, and maybe you've already bought one, you're going to need a graphics tablet. You're going to need something with a stylus on it. Digital is not difficult. It is just a much more inexpensive way of having every single art supply that you've ever wanted to do or to have. So I'm going to stop talking right now, and hopefully that little overview of digital, it's the exact same thing. Right here, what I'm drawing on, this is my piece of paper. This is it, my piece of paper. If I want to get rid of it, I can press a button. I can press the delete key. It clears the entire layer. So I'm going to stop now, and I will see you in the next video.